All right. We're going to keep it going for a little bit, at least, to see how maybe even just the beginning stages of this offseason kind of shake up. I mean, this roster is going to be affected, but let's find out the Jets' opponents. Apparently, the Stars were in danger of getting reverse swept. They did not, though. It is Dallas and Winnipeg, Buffalo, and Washington as the final four. Good to know that Felix Sandstrom is back already. And by already, I mean far, far too late. Far too late. Damn. The Dallas Stars, and really just the Stars in general, reign supreme. It's the organizational double. Both the Stanley Cup and a Calder Cup. Wow. Whew. Oh, what a year for the Stars. 2020 Stanley Cup champions. The Dallas Stars get it done. Led by Jamie Benn, Alexander Radulov, Spezza, Sagan, Gavin Bayreuther, Nicholas Hansen, John Klingberg, and others. With goaltender Benjamin Bishop, who was absolutely stellar, and our former goaltender Semyon Varlamov, as they beat the Capitals in 5. So, there you go. Dallas over Washington. It's now 3 straight cups to Western Conference teams and 4 seasons simmed. Well, we didn't look at league-wide scoring, but clearly some fun things have happened. Wayne Simmons won the Art Ross Trophy. As well as the Hart. The Norris goes to Erik Karlsson. He had one in Ottawa, now one here. The Bing, the Voracek, the Calder, 1 to, I believe that's Yanni Tamala. I believe so. Might be Tamela, who's to say. Ben Bishop wins the Conn Smythe. Matt Murray won the Vezina. Hellebuck, the Jennings, Masterton to Brandon Carlo, the Selke to Joe Pavelski. Wayne Simmons, the Ted Lindsay Award, and the Rocket Richard to Ovi. What a season for Wayne Simmons. Texas Stars won the Calder Cup. Dante Salaturo put up the most points. Matthew Joseph was league MVP. I believe that's Jordan Greenway. Would have been with the most goals. It wouldn't be JD. I mean, he's a defender. Greenway also won top rookie. Mitch Van de Sample, top defenseman. Evan Fitzpatrick, top goaltender. And Phil DeRosiers as the MVP of the playoffs for the Texas Stars, because it's always a goalie. So yeah, apparently Wayne Simmons just decided to go absolutely off this year. 94 points. Oh yeah, it's Philly, man. Simmons, Giroux, Voracek. Just destroying worlds still. That explains it. Shout out to Alex Nylander, who in this era always consistently becomes a lord. Damn. Well, with that, lottery results, we have 6 first-round picks to play with, including the 7th overall pick, thanks to the Tampa Bay Lightning, as the Red Wings have won the draft lottery. They have a number 1 pick. Again, we have a lot of draft capital to work with. We lose Feder Tootin, Rootin' Tootin, to retirement. In terms of the big names, Ryan Getzlaff, Corey Perry, Jason Pominville, Alex Steen, Mechanics, Keith Backus, Dustin Brown, among others. Some who won't be missed. And then goalie-wise, Brian Elliott, Al Montoya, and Hannu Toivonen, the GOAT. Well, with that, we do know that there are potential trade possibilities for you boys here. And we'll see whether or not any of them make sense. We're listed as championship contenders, by the way. There is the conversation surrounding Bobrovsky. Barry's upset and might not want to resign, so there's a chance that we've lost Tyson Barrie. And there's really nobody, honestly, for the draft, there's really nobody that we absolutely have to move right now, so we probably won't. But playoff performance will be heavily considered. If we look at the draft, top 5, Gord Vajaholahi. Let's see what's going on. We also have Jacques Lalonde. 1 Mario Bure. An American Stu McIntyre. And then at the very top, the Estonian Victor Habibulin. Apparently isn't going to have that physical of a physical category. And then from there, top 10, a couple other guys. Okay. Do the Red Wings want to trade the first overall pick? No, they do not. So that's a pretty much impossible trade. With that pick, they select Habibulin, who ended up being a medium elite. Do the Ducks want to trade the second overall pick? Yes, they do. And we have plenty of picks to be able to trade up here. Do we have anybody that's kind of an obvious player to get rid of? Again, it says that they want Barrie, but they won't actually want Barrie. Number one, they'd be well over the cap, even if I retain 50%. And then they'll say that, oh, well, actually, he's an expiring contract. We don't want to trade for him, because that's just what happens in this era. Yeah, even if I trade for, like, Patrick Eves, number one, they'd still be over the cap, which is fucking hilarious. So, yeah, it's just not going to happen. Is there anybody else, though? With decent little value. Medium 4 McAllister. Medium 9 Stokes. Nothing too great. Francis Cards. All right. Let's see how many of these dudes we can trade away in combination with this, what was it, 7th overall pick? 8th overall? Will that go through? Yes, it will. So there we go. We move up to the 2nd overall pick. I have no idea who the hell to take because we don't really have information on any of these guys. It's a forward no matter what. I don't know who to take. 19-year-old Stu McIntyre, 18-year-old Mario Bure, 18-year-old Jacques Lalonde. Well, apparently not the 19-year-old McIntyre. 2 Canadians and an American. I mean, an American named Gord is pretty good, even though he played in the Q. Maybe I just leave it up to chance. Let's leave it up to chance. Game, who are you going to give us? It gave us McIntyre, who is a medium elite. The 19-year-old. Question is, what's the overall? And the answer is a 74 at 19 years old. It's a pretty good pick. Not bad. Columbus want to trade the 3rd overall pick. And again, I think we can get involved here. I think we can. Bobrovsky back to Columbus. I don't think we necessarily have to trade Bobrovsky, though. It's true that he wasn't amazing, but he also wasn't bad. Apparently they'd be over the cap, even though it doesn't show Bobrovsky there anymore. Hell of a glitch. Yeah, they'd be gigantically over the cap. We might trade Bobrovsky, but it's not going to be to Columbus. From the looks of it. Unless it's for like Boone Jenner, Marcus Nudivara, and a very pissed off Alex Wenberg. Yakupov's deal is up. I mean, Devon Taves didn't do very well. Now, apparently, nope, they'd be over the cap again because we can't use Devon Taves, son of a bitch. What about Cole Lind? Yeah, the cap-wise, it just doesn't work for Bobrovsky. That's just a fact. So let's use our next pick and the second. I don't see how that's relevant. Let's try that again. The fuck is this? It's not like the NFL where you have like a minimum that you have to sign somebody to depending on where you draft them. Let me take Marcus Nudivara off your hands. All right, Columbus is just glitched out to all shit, so we're not trading up. They took Vasha Holihi. The Bruins do not want to trade the pick. So we will not be trading with the Bruins, who took Bure. And the Sharks do not want to trade the pick. All right, well, then we know where we're at. Although I did just see that the Sharks wanted to trade Brent Burns. My thought is, though, is it worth going out and getting anybody with a super high value? Because we had 5 90 overall players this year. And it ultimately meant a very, very little. I was going to say it ultimately didn't mean a damn thing. That's not entirely true, but now would be an interesting time, though, to try and steal Alex Wenberg for relatively cheap if we can pull off the deal with Columbus, who were looking a little bit glitched out. Nope. All right. Columbus is still just outright glitched out. Good to know. Good to know. Big shout out to Sox. 5 years. My goodness. My goodness. Sox. Sup. 60 months. Goodness gracious. How you been? How you been? Yeah, I think Burns might have been a mirage here. Unless I wanted Suter and Parise. Big shout out to Z-Pops as well. 48 months on the prime. We're getting some veterans of this community popping in, huh? Thank you both. I hope you've been well. Feels like it's been forever. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to make those picks. And then God knows what we're going to do from there. 19th overall selection. Couple of grinders, an OFD. Good old John Dowd. Based off of what we know, you're supposed to be the best of the bunch. John Dowd is a medium top 6 grinder. That's not too bad then. Next up, pick number 22. We have Jonathan Braithwaite or Henrik Wieklund. Or we go down the first to second round and take Jack Randall. Good old Jack Randall. Walker, what's up, by the way? Let's go for the Swede. Let's take Wieklund. Medium top 4. Not bad. Well, it's turning into a decent draft for us, even if the vast majority of our picks were lower in the round. This Randall was also medium top 6. Back-to-back picks. We got 2 goalies here. Fortier or Edmonds? Gilbert Fortier. Or Cody Edmonds. Or a center named goalie. Oh, Walker, I wish you luck. Let's go for Fortier, the goalie. Low elite. Okay. Well, this is turning into quite the draft for us in terms of getting some prospects back into the mix. We don't know too much about too many people at this stage. We do know apparently there are a couple of good goalies. They might be low elites or low starters. Let's go for the Ukrainian center, Igor Mironov. Low top 6. We do have a pick early in the second round. And let us go for the other goalie, Kuhlman, who's a medium starter, which is not too bad. Walker, not a bad gig, huh? End of the third round. Shout out to Mungo. We'll go for another goalie, Bear Hoffman. Medium starter. Well, we're doing very well on the potential front. Let's go for Ronald Walker. Low starter goalie. There will be trades coming, depending on what happens with this team, free agency, so on and so forth. So let's go for the defenseman, Bear Von Ark. All the Bears. My goodness. There's an enforcer named Cole Finnerty. It was a medium bottom 6, but hey, we drafted an enforcer. Round number 5. What else do we got? I don't fucking know. Let's go for Toivonen. It's terrible. Let's go for Lamb. Terrible. Did draft steals like just not exist in this era? Holy God. Let's go for the goalie, Olver. Medium fringe. And round number 7. Let's go for another goalie, Ortmeyer. Low fringe, as we just try to pick up as many goalies as we can and abuse their trade value. But we did end up with the 2nd overall pick in the form of Stu McIntyre. I don't know what's going to happen in the re-sign phase, though, because, again, like Tyson Barrie's contract's up, now Yakupov's contract's up. It would make a good amount of sense to move on from Barrie, but if we can keep him and then trade him, we probably should. So goalie-wise, Sandstrom's going to be an RFA. Mike Smith can go. Curtis McElhinney can go. And there's no other goalie that we have to sign. Defense. Qualify Anderson. I don't think Tyson Barrie is going to want to stay. I'll try to overpay him to keep him. See if we can get Tyson to cheer up a little bit. We'll qualify Chris Bigris. No reason to lose him for nothing. Move on from Jyrki Jokipaka. Got to sign Rasmus Dahlin to his ELC. Got to sign Quentin Hughes to his ELC. Qualify Eric Brandstrom. And nobody else to sign right now. Right wing side, Rantanen's an RFA. JT Compher's a UFA. Gotta be honest, I think we can move on from JT. Although that said, he did have 44 points last season and 54 the year before, so maybe not. Yeah, for 3 mil as a middle six option, it's pretty good. We'll keep Carlson. I hate to do it. 07's in chat, everybody. As we salute Nail Yakupov. We say goodbye to the legend. But it's time for him to go. I hate to do it, but it's time for Yak to go. We got to get somebody in there who can develop a little bit more. I did keep him to try to develop him, but away goes the Yakupov. When a team blows it in the playoffs, you got to get rid of some friendly faces to reiterate that, damn it, this is a business. And then at center, oh God, Tyson Jost is a UFA. All right. And Troy Terry is a UFA. Okay, let's see what happens over the next few days here. We do have $19 million to spend. But yeah, big changes again coming up. Barry actually did elect to resign. So did Jost and Comfer, Terry, Darlene, Hughes. Okay, so everybody signed that we sent offers to, which is good. The Dodge hat of Dodge hats. Oh, God. So we are just left with RFAs, which is what it is. We can handle that in due time. $7 million left in terms of cap space gives us some maneuverability in free agency. Should there be a big list of free agents? And that is the question. Are there a good list of free agents? Nick Backstrom, Roman Yossi, Mikhail Granlund, Alex Petrangelo, all at least a 90. But are they the right fit for this team? Goalie-wise, Semyon Varlamov, Bernier, Lyon, and the Dell. The Lion and the Dell. Lala! Josef Lala! What a goalie. Yeah. So there are some damn good players out there. It just really is now going through the entire team. And oh God, Sergachev, why would you do that? How are UDFAs in this game? Not amazing. Not amazing. Oh, God. It's a good song. It is, which is exactly why I'm putting it on now, because you mentioned freaking Touch of Class. God damn it. Jesus. Yeah. So, knowing what this team looks like, the goaltending, the defense especially, depending on what happens to Barry and Bigris, we do have more kind of crazy decisions to make. Problem is, I don't think we want to make these decisions until we see player development. So while there are good free agents out there, I don't think any of them are right for us. Like maybe Mikhail Granlund at 28. But he's a first-line forward, and it doesn't really make a difference. So, like, Petra on defense would be good, but we have guys who should be able to play in his role. Roman Yossi, too. So, are there any good prospects? Sandstrom is ours, and the answer there is no. Defense. Brandstrom's ours. Anderson's ours. Bigris is ours. And then forward-wise, Rantanen's ours. Then, of course, Yakupov. There's nobody. There's nobody to go for. We're going to hold off on the big fish free agents. And I want to see what the player development looks like. I want to see if we get pressured to move anybody so that we can match an offer sheet. That might happen as well. There is an offer sheet for Anton Carlson, but we'll match it because if we're going to lose him, I want to trade him. Let's see. Greer accepts his qualifying offer. Olhaver, Brandstrom, Rasmus Anderson. So we are still missing Mikko Rantanen, which isn't that bad, but nothing too crazy. Yep, still nothing with Mikko Rantanen. And he took the qualifying offer. Perfect for us. So yeah, we're going to have some big decisions to make with this team. Big decisions. After coming up short in the second round against Winnipeg. Some of it, too, will include whether or not certain prospects have developed, too. Are we still with the champion tag? We are still with the champion tag. If we look at our goalies, Sandstrom is a starter. Wall is a backup. We have to make a decision between Bobrovsky and Sandstrom. Defensively, Barry's still mad, but his value is high. Oh my God, look at the defense. Look at the defense. Even if Anderson at an 83 is listed as minor league top 2, these guys are NHL caliber. We have a lot of decisions to make here. Forward-wise as well, we've had a lot of guys develop further. Right. Well, this is going to suck.